The Ranch Magazine presents Episode 4 in Sholmes' Suite.
It's been a while, huh? Sorry for not recording these escapades a little more often, but I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm actually recording this live on stream, so the people on Twitch and YouTube can enjoy it all. Welcome to the 4th episode of the Great Ace Attorney Escapades. I don't know exactly when this one takes place. It's clearly at some point during the time that Ryunosuke Naruhodo is living with Sholmes and Iris. So, you know, the ability to see them hanging out, having some tea on an off day when no murders are happening. I actually like that these escapades are giving that opportunity. So sit back, enjoy the show, and let's see what mischief they'll be up to today.
This 4th escapade unfolds one morning on Baker Street when Iris has prepared breakfast for everyone as usual. But Ryunosuke wakes to find an envelope under his door containing a death threat. Oh no! Who on earth could have put it there? And why?
I like that it warns you about spoilers for the first game. Too bad, game. I'm already knee-deep into the second one. 9th March, 8:23 a.m. Sholmes' Suite. Hi, Susie. Good morning, Iris. Good morning, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, morning, Susie. I'll get breakfast on the table for us all.
Ah, Mr. Sholmes. Morning.
Come now, why the long face? Have you turned into a horse while I was away? Oh, I told Iris not to put my experimental serums in her tea.
No, I haven't had any of her tea today.
Oh, in that case, maybe I shouldn't have any of it.
I don't think there's anything in the tea, Sholmes. Sorry, the thing is, I just had a rather strange envelope posted under my door this morning, with some rather strange things inside. What strange things?
Oh, what was it, Bruno? Do I catch the scent of mystery in the air?
Nothing so exciting, I'm afraid, Iris. Just 5 orange pips. What kind of pips? 5 orange chickens? I can't imagine what it could possibly...
What? Orange pips, Mr. Naruhodo? 5 of them?
I don't know, I thought we were playing bingo or something. That's what a pip is, right? Like a little, casino chip? What's the matter with you? That's a little bit of an overreaction, isn't it?
An overreaction? Mr. Naruhodo, you don't understand. It's a warning. A notice of imminent danger to your life.
What? To my life? What's the meaning of all this? Mr. Sholmes? This isn't one of your pranks, is it?
My dear fellow, why do you make such an inquiry of me?
Because the name of the sender was written on the envelope. And it was yours.
Oh. You're right, Bruno. It says, sent by Sholmes, envoy of hell.
Hell! It is not funny, Sholmesy. I thought my life was in danger.
So, my little ploy has been exposed. Well, so be it. My little ploy, you are going to die. Cast your mind back, if you will, Mr. Naruhodo, to the time of our dining left last night. Die.
Oh, yes. Miss Susato cooked Japanese food for us. Ooh, what do they have? Ramen, curry? I guess it needed to be something that's simple to make with ingredients available in Britain.
Indeed. In particular, you may recall the final norimaki sushi roll that I was about to savor.
Ooh, a sushi roll. Literally, norimaki just means, the classic type of sushi that's wrapped in seaweed.
That is, before you swooped in with your clacking chopsticks and filched it from under my nose.
Well, that's how it goes, man. Learn to use chopsticks better. Oh, I assumed because you'd left it, that you didn't want it.
I left it, my dear fellow. because I had planned to enjoy it as my very last mouthful.
He was saving it for later. Sholmes, you should have just put it on your plate. Come on! Come on! I'm reminded of those parts of Persona 4 Golden where, like, Dojima brings home a little sushi plate from Junes, and, you know, like, you're sharing it with you and Nanako and Dojima and Adachi, and they're all trying to fight over the good sushi. That's basically this.
Surely you might have noted my intent by the subtle dilation of my right pupil.
Just one? Just one? So he was basically like this? Just one eye, just entirely, like, super focused over the other. Hold on. Alright, hold on, trying to find a picture that's not a freaking WebP, because they're always WebPs. Every picture is a WebP. Don't worry, this joke is gonna work. Here we go. Bada boom. And just to be completely accurate, his right pupil. Perhaps a clearer sign would be helpful next time. Just an idea.
In summary, the post you received earlier is a notice of impending revenge. You should be quaking in your boots.
Really? Because I went straight out into the garden and planted them. I'm hopeful we may grow some exotic fruit. Is this how they fight? Is this a fight right now? Fight, 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 fight! Come on, guys, just make up. You're living here. Please, just be friends. And well, welcome on in. I'm recording an escapade, so sit back and enjoy the show.
There's no point sending a notice of impending revenge if the person you sent it to doesn't know what it is.
Like Helga Pataki. 39 hours, 27 minutes, and 15 seconds until you die! Well, I knew, of course, because I've read this book. In the Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes? Of course. On sale now in all major London bookshops and receiving rave reviews. If it's on sale, I'm hoping Iris gets a cut of that, please. Oh, yes, of course. It's finally been published, hasn't it? I hear it's selling very well. Planted the seeds of destruction.
It is! 12 short stories in one volume. I've earned a lifetime spending money already.
Then why are they about to lose their apartment due to not being able to pay rent in the second game? Did Iris just blow it all on chocolate?
And it has further bolstered my name. In fact, only the other day, a Bohemian king sought to engage my services.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you sure that was a king? I'm glad that you remembered it was Bohemia and not Germany. Minor spoilers for Great Ace Attorney 2. Don't worry about it. Bohemia!
Really, that's extraordinary. Of course, the gentleman persisted with some pretense about being a fishmonger for the duration.
I think that's exactly how it actually goes in the book. Ha!
But only a fool would presume to be able to deceive my eyes with such a charade.
Maybe they didn't actually have rent troubles. Maybe Sholmes just wanted to vibe in a wax museum. It's just what he does on the weekends for fun. Not like he can go on the internet and play some Fortnite, you know? You know he would. So how did you know that he was a king then?
Why, there is no mystery, my dear fellow. A distinct smell of fish accompanied the man's lowly apparel.
All kings smell like fish?
And though he tried to hide it, the left side of his mustache quivered in quite a manifest manner.
Of course, the sign of all royalty.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, that is simply brilliant.
Don't believe it for a second, Susato. Don't believe his sweet little lies, as enjoyable as they are, like Usopp from One Piece. And then I stepped on a giant goldfish poop. I thought it was an island.
Having neatly resolved the case for the man, I was sent a quantity of fresh cod as a mark of his appreciation.
Oh my god. I think perhaps you shouldn't discount the possibility that he actually was a fishmonger. Fishmonger doesn't sound like a very threatening Marvel villain, I will say.
Ah, is that...
The fishmonger smelled a fish? Whoa! Is the fish taco shaped like a fish? No?
Can anyone else smell burning?
Uh-oh. Oh, yes, you're right. And look, smoke! I think maybe.
Fire! Fire! There's a fire, everyone!
Really? A fire? We must all leave at once. Everyone, out of the building. Here, let me punch the door down.
Ah!
Sholmes, that's not the door, that's the wall.
I will make a door! Ah!
Wait, I have to go back to my room first.
Are you deranged? If you're not asphyxiated by the smoke, the flames will burn you to death.
But my Daruma doll, I can't let my Daruma burn.
It means too much. Ah, trash.
Sorry, but I'm going to make a dash for it. Upstairs.
Oh, Bruno, you're so funny.
What? Our lives are in danger, Iris. This is not the time to laugh. This is no time for jokes, Iris. Go, quickly, get out of here.
But there is no fire.
But the smoke. And you know what they say, where there's smoke, they fight back.
Is there, Hurley?
Huh? Ah, what a delight to see that ploy enacted in the flesh. Is this revenge? Is this revengeing right now? Is this the revengeance, Metal Gear?
I wouldn't have dared to dream I should be so lucky.
Miss Susato?
Oh! Oh! Indeed, it was a ploy. A devilment engineered by my puckish spirit.
It was all a trick. But why? You know, Sholmes would take it a step further. Not only make fake fire and smoke, no, he would actually burn his flat down and then reveal to us all that secretly in my sleep, Naruhodo has been moved to another flat on Baker Street that looks exactly like this one. They decorated it exactly the same, but it was due for demolition, so they just burned everything down right then and there. As a payment from the demolition company in order to afford their actual flat. There you go.
It is a simple experiment of the mind, Mr. Naruhodo. When his life is threatened, a fellow is compelled instinctively to protect that property to which he attaches matching importance.
So you're saying that Naruhodo doesn't give a crap about his aquarium. My goodness, Naruhodo, now they really know how to feel about you. Those anemones are now your enemies.
And after your own life, Bruno, the most important thing to you seems to be your Daruma doll.
Let's not dwell on that, shall we, Iris? Sholmes is so petty. But we love him like that. So you knew all along, Miss Susato, that it was a trick?
Yes, of course. The very ploy is described in this book. You should really read more. The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. On sale now in all major London bookshops and receiving rave reviews.
Jeez, with this kind of advertisement, the Arthur Conan Doyle estate should be paying Capcom. Not again.
I should have used that device. I've used that device quite satisfactorily in the past to solve a case.
Oh, yes. It was a great success, wasn't it? But then it became something of a habit, didn't it? You started yelling fire at every crime scene. In the end, people started paying no attention to you at all.
Also like Usopp from One Piece.
Yes, that's true. I had a hard time explaining that to the fire department the time there was actually in a fire. Not my fault they didn't listen to me. There was a time I was known as the Sholmes who cried wolf.
I think there's a lesson to be learnt in there somewhere.
But sadly, my little ploy failed to yield results this time. Iris was utterly unmoved.
Yeah, because you're actually, like, annoying people, like me.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I was anticipating that Iris would immediately expose her secret hiding place.
For what? Her 11s? Her chocolate snacks?
The location of the nest egg she must have cached somewhere in this room.
Yo, Iris, you hiding eggs in here? It's not Easter. They're gonna go rotten. Iris! No, nest egg. As in money.
Nest egg?
You think Iris has some secret savings? The money from Herlock Sholmes. The book, not the person.
Why, naturally. The book is selling like hotcakes after all. It is a simple deduction, indeed, to conclude that the profits must be concealed here within these walls.
Sholmes, you ever heard of a bank?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you in need of money? I bet I know what it is. Is it that new microscope that's gone on sale, isn't it, Hurley?
What else? I have such a strong desire to own one, yet my purse is 1 pound too light.
Just one, huh? Just one? You just happen to be 1 pound short. I'm sure you saved up enough.
And as no offer of a loan has been forthcoming, I have been forced to resort to an alternative stratagem.
Sorry, Hurley, but I'm not falling for that. Not coming from the Sholmes who cried wolf.
Don't worry, Sholmes. We know exactly what you're gonna spend it on. Guns! Or more violins. Look, he found one for like 5 pounds. Imagine how many violins he could buy with 20 pounds.
Ah, how vexing!
You really shouldn't be trying to steal a 10-year-old's savings, you know.
My book is full of little tricks like that, you see. The armory of a great detective.
Except that in this case, both the orange pips and the fake fire fell a little flat, didn't they? Man, we didn't even see the fire. Unless you mean the fireplace. Egg.
Oh, I have plenty more tricks up my sleeve.
Really? Because your sleeves seem to be rolled up.
Take, for example, the case of the Boscombe Valley Mystery.
I'm already filled with dread just from the title. Just call me Metroid.
It is a tale of extraordinary skill on the part of the great detective. The skill of tracking.
Tracking?
When I arrived at the scene of the crime in the eponymous valley, there were footprints everywhere. But my eye was immediately drawn to one set in particular.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, your detective instincts are truly remarkable.
It was the tracks of a chicken. I can see it now, crossing the road in all its glory. I can finally understand. Why? Why did the chicken cross the road?
Origination, thanks for coming on in. How you doing?
As you know, my dear madam, no detail, no matter how small, escapes the scrutiny of these eyes. So I tracked my quarry, following the trail of this footprints, all the way to the man's place of residence, a chicken coop.
It led you directly to the culprit's house. What a triumph!
You misunderstand. It led me directly to my own house, dear fellow.
You were the culprit? Huh?
For the footprints were, in the final analysis, those made by my own shoes. No.
Great success! Let me just give you a little.
Hurley had left here for Boscombe Valley as soon as he received the telegram about the case, you see. And then he followed his own trail straight back here to Baker Street.
Did you solve the case? Did you actually, not let the culprit go?
Now, Iris, please. You make it sound almost humdrum, but I assure you it is no easy feat to track one's own feet. Tracking of this nature is a skill possessed only by the great Herlock Sholmes.
You can say that again. No one else would have tried to follow their own footsteps. You're right, it really is extraordinary.
Quite so. Extraordinary is the word, and let it be the last on the subject. Anyway, needless to say, I subsequently went on to solve the case with various other deductions.
Yes, it's the various other deductions that I'm interested in.
Ah, well, you shall have to read the book then.
Aha! Aha! That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they didn't actually solve the case. Iris just made up an ending to make them look good. For the book. If you haven't been following along, turns out in this universe, the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, were written by a 10-year-old girl who was actually the daughter of John Watson, writing about Watson and Sholmes' adventures way back before she was even born, or, you know, when she was too young to remember. So fancy that.
I'm sure Iris has penned it with her usual flourish.
Oh, absolutely. I put an ingenious spin on the great detective's exploits.
It must have been very ingenious to make this man sound even remotely credible as a detective.
Wait, is that... Does it smell like something's burning again?
Oh? Real fire? We've had enough devilment for one day, Mr. Sholmes. Put your puckish spirit to bed. PK fire?
I assure you, this has nothing to do with me or my spirit.
What?
Oh no! The smoke is getting thicker!
You mean it's not a thick this time? It's not a trick this time. It's not a thick this time. It's not a trick this time. There really is a...
Fire! Fire! There's a fire, everyone! Ah!
Mr. Zato, where are you going?
Stand aside, Mr. ManokAdobo. Time to punch another hole in the wall. I mean door.
Easy, Mr. Sholmes. What are you... Mr. Sholmes? Why did you just chuck that busted Napoleon on the floor? What? What? Yo! Yo, that must have been priceless. Now what is Fred Bonaparte gonna say? Oh, look at all that. And amongst all the broken porcelain. Coins. Sovereigns, in fact. Worth a whole pound each. We found it. We found Iris's nest egg.
Come, everyone. We must leave at once. Evacuate the building.
Wait, why did you... Sholmes, why didn't you do that, you know, after we already started evacuating? He tried to steal all the money while Iris was evacuating. Yeah, Sholmes, I think you got that order of events a little wrong.
You fell for it, Hurley. Hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, we found Sholmes out. Ah. Wait, you mean... Iris? Nosferatu?
I certainly wouldn't have guessed that's where you'd hidden it.
Do you mean to say that this smoke was...
My own puckish spirit needs to come out and play sometimes too, you know.
Iris! Iris, you mischievous little inventor.
What? Nani? Ah, of course. I know what it is, Iris. It's that indoor herb garden set that went on sale last week, isn't it? That's what you're after.
I want one so desperately, but I'm £4 short.
Y'all don't have any money between the two of you, do you? That's your entire life savings. Where are you putting all that money? You're probably just buying all this random crap. Gramophones, Persian slippers, fancy tea sets.
And even though you told me you didn't have any money to spare before, I knew you had a secret nest egg somewhere in this room.
Ah, you've outwitted me again.
Have either of you heard of a bank? Come on, you'll earn interest. You really shouldn't let yourself be outwitted by a 10-year-old child, you know.
So thank you for the loan, Hurley. Oh, but wait.
What's the matter?
Where's Susie? She disappeared.
I think she actually evacuated. Yeah, she was the first to leave. Oops. Also, what was Sholmes gonna do? Like, smash the coins onto the ground and then pick them up while evacuating? Why not just take the bust with you? Why did you smash it? Oh, yes, that's right. She ran up the stairs before, didn't she? Up the stairs? Susie, are you getting my Daruma? Because you know it's important to me? No, you're getting something of your own, aren't you?
Oh! What are you all still doing in here? We have to evacuate! It won't be long before the fire is...
Yep.
Sorry, Susie. Children will get up to mischief once in a while, you know. But it's all perfectly harmless.
Harmless maybe, but oh so devious. So much for a murder mystery. Wait, what did Susato get? Okay, good. We probably might know. Iris, you better not pull that again, or else we will actually all die in a fire.
Oh well, at least nobody was hurt.
Nobody was hurt. What about Napoleon, huh? What about the Emperor of France? What does he feel about us ruining his bust? Oh.
PK fire!
Apart from Napoleon, and my secret hoard, now tell us, Miss Susato, what is it that you went so fleet-footedly to fetch?
Sorry? Nothing. This is just... No, this is nothing.
I hope it's at least Karuma or something. The sword, the Kazuma Sogi sword that we're keeping for him. Well, you know, he's not with us.
Susie, that's your notebook dealing all of Bruno's trials, isn't it? It's bulging at the seams.
And this is during game 1. Imagine how many notebooks you'll need after game 2. What? Aww. Either she values her memories with Ryunosuke or she values his legal experience. Either way, I'm going to consider that a compliment.
Ah, a testament to the various people you've helped over the past months.
Miss Susato,
Well, I am your judicial assistant, after all. I would do anything to ensure the safety of these records, even risk my life if necessary. Oh, Susie. I mean, it's very important to me. It's like a diary of everything we've achieved together.
Oh, this is so freaking sweet. I'm getting diabetes. I'm getting all teary-eyed now.
Yes, in stark contrast to a certain someone who would have fetched his Daruma doll, I must say.
Sholmes, do you even know what a Daruma doll is?
I know it's round and hideous.
Sholmes, it's a wish. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a wish that nothing bad happens to Susato and Ryunosuke while they're in London, huh? You ever think of that? You just don't understand, Sholmes. You just don't understand. That's it? We'll never know? I guess, you know, it's up to the second game to tell us what his Daruma doll is all about, but hey, I like that one. I like that one. A moment of, well, I shouldn't say no panic whatsoever, but a moment of no real danger whatsoever. Just Sholmes being Sholmes, Iris being Iris, and Susato and Naruhodo actually caring about what's important in their lives. Presumably Naruhodo's Daruma has something to do with, I don't know, something touching. We'll find that out eventually, but for now, this has been Escapade number 4. I promise to do more of these somewhat regularly. At least I'll try to get back into it, but for now, I've really only got time to record one. Even though, don't tell anybody, but this is at the end of a stream, and I technically have more time, but I wasn't supposed to stream today. So don't worry about it. Tune in next week for more Great Ace Attorney and maybe even another Escapade. But until then, have a good night. And this is ManokAdobo, signing off. Farewell. Bye-bye.
And don't be a stranger, okay?